Hi guys. So imposter syndrome or feeling like an imposter is something that has come up a couple times within the last few days, just different things online or in just chats with people who are running a business or trying to get a business started. Imposter syndrome is when that comes up. I don't know. I was in a different Facebook group just now and just saw someone else writing in like a Q&A, like what do you need help with kind of thing, and one person was saying they've been really feeling imposter syndrome lately, and I thought, oh, my heart just went out to her, and I had a chat with someone else, you know who you are, earlier this week, had a really good fun chat, but when talking about business things, it came up like just sometimes when you deal with feeling like questioning yourself, and something that's really good to do is when you start feeling that feeling of like, ugh, I don't have anything to offer. What else would be imposter syndrome? Like, I don't really know what I'm talking about, or people shouldn't pay me to do things because, there's other people who are way better, or, oh, I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to share. Basically imposter syndrome is feeling like you feel like you are not who you're portraying yourself to be, so maybe you're running a business and you start feeling like, I don't know what I'm doing. Why are these people even paying for my services? Or I don't know why people look to me for help because I've got nothing to offer. Or, you start to question like, maybe the shouldn'ts. I shouldn't be promoting myself as such and such because I'm not that great. I don't really know that much, or, So here's what I want to say. When you notice that you are feeling like an imposter, like all those things I just described, questioning yourself, questioning your abilities. Oh, I'm not that great. Oh, well, don't recommend me to so-and-so because I'm just not that, here's what I want to say. Maybe ask yourself, when did I start feeling this way? Sometimes if you can recognize what triggered those feelings, it'll help you understand what's going on. So for example, maybe you're going through a season or a day or a moment of feeling those feelings of like, I'm not that great at this. I don't know what I'm doing. Who did I think I was to start asking people to pay me for such and such? If you can find out when did I first start feeling this, it'll tell you something. So for example, maybe you started feeling that way when you were scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or Pinterest and you saw all these other people doing the exact same thing that you're doing. Well, exact, right? It's a little different because you're you, but it feels like people who are doing the same thing you are doing are way over here, or they have this kind of website or this kind of technology, or their videos look so whatever, then that would be feeling inadequate because we think we have to look and sound and do the exact same things as someone else. So there could be some comparison that triggered it. And something that would help in that case is if your feelings of feeling like you're an imposter, like you don't really have what it takes to have people pay you for your services or whatever you're doing, if it was triggered by comparison to someone else, remember, there is not actually just one right way to do business. And yeah, it's just true. Everyone who has an opinion, it's an opinion. For everyone who says you have to do A, B, and C, I guarantee you look around the internet long enough, you'll find someone who says, I built my business without doing A, B, and C, or I don't do that at all, and everyone I serve is really happy, So just so you know, there's a lot of really good, great advice, and there is a lot of advice, as you know, right? So we're all made differently. We all forge our own path. And I have mentioned in other places, maybe emails and things I've written before that maybe you've seen, but there is more than one way to do business. And as long as your practices are ethical, you're not doing it wrong. Okay, so of course it's always good to learn and research, but really, you guys, this is a big experiment, right? Building your own business, working from home, it is an experiment. So try things. Do it different than so-and-so says, or do it the same. It's up to you, right? Trial and error, find what's working. If it's not working, tweak it. But you don't have to look, sound, or do things exactly the same way as everyone else, whoever everyone else is, right? And the other thing that can trigger this imposter syndrome is, like I said, if you find that you are feeling this way and you're thinking like, when did I start feeling this way? If it wasn't triggered by just looking at other people in your industry or people doing the same types of things as you and comparing yourself, maybe it came to like direct advice from someone, like to you specifically, like, hey, you should do this, you shouldn't do this. It could be a criticism, it's good to notice if your feeling like you're an imposter, if that started from someone's direct criticism of you, then again, the same advice. I would give you the same advice. The way to navigate that is, sure, hear the person out and then think, do I have to do that? Well, no, you don't have to do any one thing, right? In your business, like I said, if you're being ethical and your practices are ethical, you're allowed to experiment with different methods and doing things differently or doing them the same. So if you're feeling like an imposter because someone has given you a criticism that was maybe hurtful or caused you to start to doubt yourself, just think through, why are you doing what you're doing? And does whoever criticized you, is everything they say gospel truth, right? Or is everyone just allowed to have their own opinion, So if you're feeling like an imposter today, my heart goes out to you. I understand, but you really are good at things. And here's the thing. The things that you are good at, if deep down you're like, yeah, but other people know way more than me. Okay, well, let's go with that. That's probably true. But you know what? There's also people that know less than you about whatever it is that you're doing. So there is always going to be someone that you can help with what you are skilled at, right? So with the amount of skills you have, there is someone out there with just a little bit less, or someone who just doesn't have the time to do the things that you're good at. And there's always going to be people like that you can help. So keep going. There are people out there who would be encouraged by you, your personality. They'll connect with you specifically because of you being you, with the skills that you bring. Just keep going and do your research, learn. If you want to add new skills, add new skills. If you want to research how to tweak things and do things a little differently, then go for it. But that doesn't mean that you should not be paid for your services. You are good at what you do. You do know a lot, even if there are people who know more than you. Of course, there's always going to be someone who knows more, but they are not necessarily going to reach the people you're going to reach. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and I hope you guys are doing well. Bye.